Hello again, Frederick Jordan back here again, and we're moving through what zero is through basically what could be labeled as a field of physics. What we have here, and I brought it up in the earlier videos, is we have a breakdown of how zero can move through all of the different forms of reality that, let's say, I exist in. I have my observable phase. This is the phase of a reality that I am standing here in front of you. This is obviously not everything, it's just a simple diagram, but there would be an elemental phase, a basic particle phase, then a wave phase, then a force phase that's like gravity and expansion and force. There's always an energy binding everything together within inside me, and I'm saying these are the first steps of the building blocks of reality. Now, as you can see in this diagram, you don't need fancy high-end formulas and all these other crazy things that 1% of the population can understand in physics to speak about. You just need to empower zero to show it as in a different position, in a position of control, a condition that executes in purpose, and is building a foundation for each reality that exists within us. Now, as you can see, here's our energy of reasoning, our logos energy. I had a purpose to be. My parents had a party that's disgusting to think about, and something happened, and we'll just magically say it dropped me off because it's just too creepy, and I had a need to be here. So out of nothing, necessity was asked, hey, I need something here. I'm knocking on the door of truth. Sure, I can fill that order. Here's your ticket, sir. Stick it out. Necessity creates. And as that creates, purpose gets assigned. What is the purpose of this necessity? It is a human being. All the cause and effect of human being comes into play then. Everything that it needs, that is the Buddha system of cause and effect, then comes into place. Where these ancient philosophers and great minds missed was that necessity drives cause and effect. Necessity assigning purpose. This is the execution of a basic chart of what purpose would be for a person to come to be. Truth moves from truth and assigns a set of rules. Truth moves from truth and assigns a set of rules. Truth moves from truth, assigns a set of rules. Then all of this comes to be, and I'm pretty sure that some fine biologist can tell you what every cell in the human being is and how many there are and all that fun stuff, comes to be the existence of a whole human being. And as you can see, the entangled process, this soup, this water that we all live upon, moves through each phase and connects to my consciousness. Connects to my consciousness. My contention is that the top form of this consciousness is this form of zero. This is the energy of reasoning within inside me. We'll get into the metaphysics of it in a little bit. We'll talk more about that it's less scientific. Some scientists say this isn't scientific anyways, but this is very scientific. But you have to understand, there's a part of your mind that is a human mind that processes things on these levels. Then there's a connection to truth that is your own secondary system of processing, a second voice within inside you. My contention is that this is where anxiety is born from the human mind. This is where a lot of things come from. Is to say, when your purpose is not following proper execution, there's a vibration in that purpose, and you feel nervous. Something is wrong. Something is off. I don't like my life. I don't like my day. You are off track on your purpose. Anxiety comes to us through many levels, but as you can see, through an entangled process, when purpose is not executed, we are spoken to. We are told something. Now this moves us out of the physics, and we're going to leave this chart up here because it shows our next intro to it. Our consciousness then, as we are built out in an elemental wave, particle, and gravity phase, our consciousness lives in a high-rise of enlightenment. Now this is a simple understanding is a simple building. Each floor of this building has its own zero position and has its own set of rules and a polar trapping. Now we're inside my mind. We're inside my consciousness. Here is my river of truth, my connection to zero. This is me. I am born into and get assigned a certain level of enlightenment. Sociologists will say nature or nurture, blah, 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 blah. Human beings have choice though. We have choices to move ourselves from where we are born to another phase of our enlightenment. We'll get into this in more detail in the next video. I just wanted to leave this up here to show how the systems of thought are all consistent and they all tie together. This information can be found at www.singularreasoning.com. Thank you very much for watching.